Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your bonus reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. If you're watching this reading was meant to find you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. All right, we've got some cardinal fire energy. This is an Aries energy. You are somebody with a lot of fire in you right now. This is, I think this is you trusting in the process, trusting in yourself, and letting this situation, letting this fire in you, this enthusiasm, this inspiration, the momentum, right? Letting it carry you away. Trying to keep your mind and your heart and yourself from tinkering with it, from getting in the way. It is pure creative will, and we are trusting the process. We're trusting in the flow of that energy. This is wild creativity, okay? You're somebody who is usually not very quick to action, you know? You're usually somebody that has an idea and then has to sort of think it through, feel it out, plan it, see, do I want to do it? Do I like it? Is it going to feel okay? This is just a rush. This is feeling that inspiration. You're already up and out the door before your mind or your heart even know what happened. Yeah. This is a rush of that creative fire. We need to put this into some context. Where is this going? Maybe where did it come from? And what are the results going to be? Well, now we got some Sagittarius energy. We got a Knight and a Queen of Wands here. That's a pretty good partnership, right? 4 of Swords, 5 of Swords, more fire, the Eon, yeah? The Judgment, rebirth, reawakening. This is a phoenix rising from the ashes, right? This is a huge win. This is a leveling up. This is a fiery doorway to, another dimension. It's the interdimensional gateway for you. It's taking you to a new era of your life. And there we have the Hierophant. Very interesting. It's something that the universe is blessing you with, okay? It's something that's creating a stability in you. See, this is very cool. We have cardinal fire and mutable fire. So we have sort of the beginning and the end. We have the bookends, right? What we have here is stability. This is a fixed earth energy. All of your efforts here, the beginning of this, the ending of this, and everything in between is really resulting in something permanent and stable for you. This is a really big win. This is the best news in a long time. That what you're doing is going to stick. Okay? And it's going to fix you as an authority. It's going to install you as a fixture in the world, right? I think it's really going to be a big accomplishment for you. And it's something, Hierophant energy, this is something that you hold very sacred. This is something that the divine energy in your life is blessing it for you and telling you that this is where you belong. This is creating the rest of your life. That this is now something that is, for all intents and purposes, permanent. It's not a transient thing. It's not here today, gone tomorrow. It's not 15 minutes of fame. It's not a one-hit wonder. This is it. This is establishing you in this new role. Whether it's a business thing, maybe it could be some teacher, something academic. It could be some sort of celebrity or some sort of public role, public office. It could be really solidifying your role in a spiritual or religious organization or in the company or just in your family. Putting down some really strong roots and setting things up for the long term. This ain't going nowhere, right? I like this. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Okay? Let's lay out the rest of our cards. Path of the Serpent, 10 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, and more fire? Yes, more fire, yes. Energy to matter, matter to energy. You've mastered Hierophant energy, the mastery of something, right? Becoming an authority, becoming sort of the one who, the expert in the field, right? You have mastered this process of manifestation. You're able to convert energy to matter and matter to energy. It is your invention, right? It works. And that's, I think this is the best, this is what you've been working toward for so long, and it works, right? It's amazing. It's stunning. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. It'll go right here with Tiny Bob Ross, right on top. Happy little Bob. Now, we're not going to look at that card until the very end, all right? It will tie everything together. It will give us our confirmation. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments, all right? Let's exercise our intuition, yeah? Let's look around the room. 2 major arcana energies. Fire to earth. Fire to earth. Right? The eon, judgment, rebirth, reawakening is a baptism by fire. It is you putting in everything. It is you just sort of giving it everything you've got. You're putting everything into this. And this is that interdimensional gateway, right? And it's resulting in you in this position or this role, stabilized, a fixture, a pillar of the community, so to speak. Fire to earth. And fire to earth is that spiritual electrical circuit of creation and manifestation. Talk about it a lot on this channel. It's will to action. Direct, sort of, it's an act of creation, like that, right? It is inspiration to implementation. It is impulse to behavior, heaven to earth, above to below, within to without, right? Internal to external. It is magic. It is that spiritual process of creation, the act of creation, fire to earth. Yeah. It's working. You're doing it, right? It's going to happen, and it's going to be stable. Okay, I can't help but see like some kind of a scientist in a laboratory or an alchemist in a laboratory trying to do these experiments, and it works, but then, it decays right away. Shoot. This time you do it, and it works, and it stays there, and it's stable, and it's permanent. Okay? This could be a creative endeavor. Maybe you're writing a book. Maybe it's something that you're really trying to establish yourself in some way, but I don't think that you're going after fortune and fame. I don't think you're going after recognition. You're not trying to be put up on a pedestal as an expert in anything. It kind of is going to happen to you, It's a very good problem to have. Yeah. We have other examples of fire to earth, fire to earth. Here we have a lot of fire and the air. The air is really what the problem has been and kind of what the solution is, right? We have a 5 and a 4. That's really perfect. Anytime we get a 5, we start looking for the 4. Anytime we get a 4, we start looking for the 5. In other words, you have theories and ideas, and you're testing them. You're challenging them. You're somebody who's always trying to learn and grow. You gain some kind of knowledge, then you want to read a book that's going to try to counteract that knowledge, because that leads to this transcendence. It leads to higher wisdom for you, leads to an understanding, right? So it's kind of like this is the scientific method. This is you never wanting to stagnate, always looking for more solutions to more problems, and then, of course, having those solutions, trying to find the problem with it. You have to have hypotheses. You have to test them and try to break your hypothesis, right? So that we can transcend, we can go up a level and formulate a new one, right? I feel like you're somebody who's really good at math, I feel like you're somebody who is always looking to blow your own mind, right? In terms of these revelations. Well, sometimes our Eon card is the revelation. Sometimes that is the card of, it's the judgment, it's just kind of it's the aha moment, it's the Eureka moment. It's when Spirit is blowing that trumpet in your face and saying, stop the presses, this is it. This is your doorway to the future. This is the iteration of something that is kind of the transcendent truth, the transcendent element here. Maybe you're discovering a new chemical element or something, like I feel like it's really a discovery more than anything else. Yeah. It's a big win. Really, really big win. So we've got our two major arcana, fire to earth. We've got fire here, fire, fire. We've got air and air, earth and earth, right? What we don't have is any water. And that concerns me a little bit because Cancer, you sometimes have a tendency to brush aside how you feel about something. I find that a lot of very serious, intellectual people are Cancers. And it's sort of counterintuitive, right? Cancer's water energy, right? The crab, very moody. But Cancers have a tendency to over-intellectualize, to develop the mind in that way, in order to perhaps protect the emotions or to counteract some of the emotionality that you feel naturally. So I don't like that the water's gone, okay? I want to see the water come back. Yeah, and we might have to stay here a little while until it does come back. Maybe the mystery card, though. Maybe the mystery card. So the Queen of Wands here, there could be a kind of partnership here, right? We have the sort of the Knight and the Queen, both fire energies. You may be working with another person. There may be one person in your life. This is talking about that person that means the most to you in your life, right? And I wonder if this is a person that you haven't seen in a while. I feel like there's somebody, I don't know why I'm getting this feeling. I feel like somebody that you really love, that you really want to hear from, is going to reach out to you. Yeah. And maybe it's through all this fire energy that it's really going to result in an influx of water. You're getting this big win. You're getting this sort of solid, permanent state of things. You're becoming the pillar of the community, the fixture of your life, right? I wonder if this is all happening so fast, we don't really have time to feel yet, Looking at these cards, the Knight and the Queen, we can interpret them different ways. Maybe this is finding that partnership, finding that relationship, whether it's romantic, platonic, personal, business, whatever it is, finding that relationship that is going to be stable, that's going to be sort of the missing link in your life. Yeah. That's going to be a long-term relationship. It's not going anywhere. Okay? It's interesting to see these two, because it feels like this is could be talking twin flame thing, right? Fire cards makes sense. If the Knight of Wands is you rushing into something, just head first, just without really, just no thoughts at all, just jumping in, no time to concern yourself with anything, just rushing forward. Well, the Queen of Wands is the realization that everything is riding on this, that it's kind of like once this thing gets started and once you're sort of barreling down that highway, there's no stopping. So it's kind of like a car that's saying there's no brakes. So let's hope that it's going to work, The Queen does have a little bit of water there, though. It's the Queen of Wands. It's water of fire. All of the court cards are talking about the elemental energies. So it's the water of the fire. Okay? And I think that really it's this fire on the outside that's containing and protecting that water on the inside. Inside, we're scared. We're vulnerable. We are just hopeful. We're praying, right? We're praying to everything we can think of that this works. Because this is almost like a Hail Mary pass. This almost feels like, after this, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do. Okay? We're hoping that this is the one. And it's almost here saying we've got to just be confident, and we've got to give it everything we have, even if we're scared to death. Yeah. But I think this is going to be a partnership that's going to work. Yeah. I feel like this is really creating so much opportunity. And we even see with this, what is the outcome of the Knight of Wands uniting with the Queen of Wands? We have this explosive energy right here. This is like chemistry, fireworks, right? Sparks between these two. Okay? Real sparks. Something's really being kindled here. I think the fire is this passion. The fire is this this sort of enthusiasm. I was going to say even lust. It depends really on that mystery card. But I feel that there's a lot of chemistry here. And maybe that's why I'm kind of getting that the alchemist or the scientist in the laboratory trying to do the chemistry and like mix the proper elements together to get that stable, the stable element to add to the periodic table. Maybe that's the relationship. Maybe this is the one. Whether it's romantic or platonic or business or a divine partnership, this is the one that's going to kind of solidify your future. Okay? This is the one that's going to change the course of your life. I think in a very, very good way. The Four of Swords underneath everything. Sometimes we get a 4, and it's kind of like we've sort of taken a break from looking at the problem, And this is kind of, in a way, inside of you, there's this feeling like, if this doesn't work, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't think I have any other ideas, It's just kind of, we're just calling a truce. We're just saying, look, the game's tied. Let's just call it, It's a tied game. Think of baseball, these extra innings, right? It goes 100 innings. What is the longest baseball game on record? I don't even know. I'm curious now how many innings they went to. At some point, it's just like, look, it's just a tie. There is no winner here. And it's just kind of like, we just agree that we're not gonna find a winner. Okay? In some ways, this is you just sort of tolerating things just because we don't know what else to do. I don't know that there's anything better. It could be in terms of your jobs. Maybe you've taken a lot of jobs in your life that haven't really been fulfilling, that there hasn't been chemistry or sparks, But it's just like, I need something, right? Maybe it's relationships. Maybe it's just kind of saying like, maybe this is you just really not aiming high enough in your life. Okay? And it's kind of like, to me, it feels like extra innings in the ball game. Eventually, it's a tie. Okay. But that sort of, we get this, and we start looking around for the 5. We say, no, we need to keep working at the problem. We're not going to give up trying to solve this equation. The hardest thing for me in chemistry class were the calculations, right? Were the equations of conversions and things. A lot of math in chemistry, right? And I'm bad at math. I feel like you're good at it, though. The 5 of Swords is changing our mind, coming up with new ideas, looking at the problem from a different way and trying to find a different solution. Okay? It's very active. It's kind of saying, no, wait a minute. I'm not going to accept defeat. I'm not going to accept a tie game. We're going to keep going extra innings here. Sometimes this card can be confusion. We're trying to find some sort of order in the chaos. We're trying to find something that makes sense in this world of nonsense, right? We're trying to find a reason for things. We're looking around for some sort of structure or guidance or stability. We're trying to find, what is the plan? What is my purpose, right? We're asking questions with a 5 of Swords. That's what we're doing. We're asking questions. You look at that card, you see the chaos and the static around it. we're trying to find a solution in all this chaos, and hasn't always worked. Okay? It doesn't mean we're going to stop trying. Okay? And I think it's this tenacity, is this intellectual fervor that is leading you to this perfect union. And this union, this fire on fire, is taking you, with this chemistry, is taking you to the next level. It's finally paying off. This is a really big win. I think this is the best news in a long time. And of course, this is that fiery doorway that requires you to leave behind all non-essentials. It's kind of telling you that this is a big decision that you have to make. And after this, you have to let go of all your questions. Right? You're being shown all the secrets of the universe. So you're going to have to put down your inquisitive nature a little bit, right? In other words, when you go through this doorway, you have to realize that you're no longer looking anymore. Like, this is it. This is going to be the one that makes me think, I don't have to keep searching around for the answers. The quest is completed. You know? That we don't have to then be sort of, let's say it's a relationship. This is going to be that partnership that says, all right, I'm taking the ad out of the newspaper. I'm shutting down my dating profile. I don't need it anymore. I don't need to keep looking, right? If this is that job, it's basically the job that it's such a perfect union. There's such perfect chemistry. And we say, okay, I don't need to talk to any other companies. I don't need to put my resume in anywhere else. This is it. This is the one. The search is over, right? This feels really, really good. And the Hierophant, of course, is your sort of new role. And I think that it's one that feels absolutely sacred. It feels one that you will not betray. It feels like this is a forever thing. This is a sacred union. This is forever. This is for the long term. Okay? And we even kind of look at the Hierophant as being let's say, the officiant of a wedding. Yeah. This is the one that is towering above the lovers in the lover's card, marrying them together. Okay. But interesting, we don't see the lover's card here. We see the elemental energy sort of around that. And then we see that sort of divine, the divine partnership, and the sort of the sacredness of the bond between the two of you. Okay, and this could be, maybe the mystery card will be the lovers. This could be you and a person, you and a partner, creative collaboration. This could be you and a job or a position or an achievement in your life that no one can take away from you, right? That no one can take you down from this high exalted position. This is an exaltation. Okay, this is nice. Yeah. Well, let's talk about the path of the serpent. And as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It's free. And it supports the channel, and I really do appreciate that. There could be some aspect of being a teacher here too, because there is wisdom. There is a lot of knowledge to share, let's say. Okay. The general energy is that 10 of Wands. Now, you're typically a person that I think has done the bulk of life sort of alone. Now, you might have a lot of people around you. You might come from a big family, etc. But I feel like your work has kind of been your burden, your responsibility, right? This is somebody that will take all the groceries out of the car at once, where they're just lined up on your arms and you're just carrying them all into the house, because who else is going to do it, Sometimes this card is giving us another question, and it's kind of saying, like, who can we rely on in our lives? We rely on ourselves, yeah. But I feel as if this is a kind of partnership for you where somebody's going to be this other wand here. Sometimes I mistakenly say, oh, look, the 2 of Wands, right? It's 2 against the world. Okay? It's 2 people sharing the burden makes the load a lot lighter. You're not somebody that typically asks for help or accepts help. I think that might be a little bit of an obstacle for you in this partnership, is to let somebody else take some of the weight off your shoulders. You got all these bags on. Just someone can take a couple of them. You'll feel better. We're teamwork, right? We're doing this together. We're partners. We're a team of two, right? So I really feel that this is, I almost feel like this is not so, I don't feel the romance necessarily, you know? But I feel like it is a spiritual or divine union. A really deep bond here, but I don't feel that it's, you know, your typical romance kind of thing. Yeah. Or maybe this is happening so fast and this chemistry is just so intense that the water hasn't had a chance to even show up yet. You know, that we're not feeling it right now. It's just kind of right now, it's just like the shock of it all. It's just the intensity, right? We have that Eight of Wands. It's happening very quickly. The Ten of Wands might be this feeling as if life has been a burden. Life has been weighing you down. You've got the world on your shoulders. Well, somebody's here to sort of make it a little bit easier to carry. Okay? Now the Eight. The Eight of Pentacles in the position of your environment or the position of your relationships. They need nurturing. Okay? We can't just have this divine union and then ignore it. You have to take care of it like it is a garden. It needs sunlight. It needs soil. It needs water, right? We have to connect with it emotionally. Otherwise, we might be limiting the potential growth. You don't water your plant enough, it doesn't grow very tall. You get a little apple tree this big, right? We need to let that water energy in so that this can be nourished in the way it needs to, because if we grow this lush garden, that garden's going to feed us all winter, you know? It's going to keep us warm at night. We've got to be able to connect with things in that way. This is a card that says, let's be very careful with how we interact with this thing. In terms of your relationships, cultivate them. Especially this particular one, cultivate it. Don't take it for granted. Don't assume it's just a given. Yeah, we want this garden to grow so it can bear fruit, right? And that fruit is going to sustain us. This is the card of patience. Well, it's difficult to be patient when we've got our fire there, right? Because we have all this material now, and this matter, we want to convert it to fire. We have so many plans and ambition. All this work that you've been doing now is manifesting as this, you know, it's working. And now that it's working, right, maybe this is a discovery. This is a discovery that is a direct result of your hard work. You took fire, right, and now it's earth. You've converted energy to matter. Now this needs to be, we need to be patient with it. We have to take care of it, right? Now that we have grown this garden, we've got to maintain it. And then if we maintain it and we don't rush, we take our time, we let it grow. It's something that's going to need to really dig its roots into the ground and grow very strong roots and then a very strong trunk, the stem, the stalk of it. So it is not going to blow over when things get rough. So that it is not going to snap and break when things get challenging. And they will get challenging. Okay? So we've got to nurture this and allow it to gain and strengthen, build itself up. We've got to give it time. We've got to be patient. And then we can take all that earth and transform it back into fire, all that matter, and convert it back into energy. So the Three of Pentacles is your understanding the process of creation on the physical plane, right? You know now, I kind of feel this is very alchemical to me. I feel like you're discovering the Philosopher's Stone. And now I feel like everything that you put your effort into is going to really take off. okay, that you have discovered. You're sort of the Hierophant has a little bit of a smirk on their face, right? Because you've discovered the secret. You've learned the secret, right? The secret of manifestation. And now the Three of Pentacles is kind of knowing how things work. You understand the fundamental process in the universe, and you could apply this to everything. You know what it takes. You know what essential components are necessary to lift something off the ground, right? And then, of course, with that Eight of Wands at the end, I feel like you're going to be applying this Philosopher's Stone to a lot of other things. I think you're going to have your hand in a lot of pies, you know? You're going to have a lot of irons in the fire, so to speak. Maybe you're an entrepreneur. I feel like you're a very enterprising person. Now that we kind of know how things work, it's kind of like, okay, now I'm going to start a bunch of different businesses. You know, I'm going to get a lot of stuff. I'm going to build this up more and more and more. The Three of Pentacles is understanding the need for the cooperation. Everything's got to be in place, you know. I like that we're also going from 3, 4, and 5, and really in this case we're doing 5, 4, and 3. But the 3, I think, is also the recognition that we need the fourth wheel. Right? A group of 3 is inherently unstable because it will sort of devolve into a 2 against 1, right? So with the 3, there's this recognition that there's a missing piece. Well, I think that Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands together, I think you're finding the missing piece. We're getting that balance in things. Because the 3, right, it's sort of imbalanced. So it's a recognition of what that fourth component is, that fourth element, right? Of fire, of air, of earth. What's the fourth element we're missing? Well, it's that water, right? Maybe it is that sense of purpose. Because otherwise, we have all this energy, all this matter that we're converting to energy, right? 8 to 8, earth to fire. That you have your hand in a lot of pies, but none of them taste good, right? We have all of this energy, all of this will, but there's nothing that we really love so much. Or where's the sense of purpose? Where's the joy? How do we choose a direction? How do we know which way to go in life without that water element? We need that fourth element to have balance. It's that sense of purpose. It's that sense of joy. Yeah, the jubilation of everything. Well, let's look at our mystery card. Yeah, because the mystery card, if we have water energy, is going to show us which way to direct our power. Okay. I think an Ace of Cups would be the total blessing right now. Let me look at the bottom of the tarot pack. Yeah, I thought so. It's the Eight of Swords. I thought I saw this at the very bottom of the pack as we were dealing. And now that's kind of, this is it, that we don't know which direction to take our lives at this point. You've achieved, this is that big win. This is the best news that you've had. And now it's kind of like that Eight of Wands and that Eight of Swords now with your Eight of Pentacles resources, thinking, what do I do now? What do I want? What do you desire? Right? What is your purpose? What are you so in love with that that's where you're going to take all of this Hierophant energy? What are you going to do with all this big win? You know? Page of Cups. At least it's water energy. Thank the heavens above. At least it's water energy. And it's really, this is the discovery of your desires. Right? It's kind of a Princess of Cups. It's a Page of Cups. It's the fish in the percolator. Right? That we're going to have to pay attention to how we feel, to what we want. We're going to have to allow our heart to come in. We're going to have to, this is almost like we're sort of taking the cork, you know. We're taking the cork off and the water now is able to rush in. We're opening up the dam, you know, and we're going to see what's coming through. You have to get in touch with your feelings again. Okay? Get in, let yourself feel the joy of this win, and you will discover a sense of purpose to your life that will allow this 8 of Wands at the end to get some laser focus in any one of these directions. It's kind of like the 8 of Wands is saying, you can literally do anything you want right now. You can go in any direction. But we're stuck because we don't know which direction we really want to go in. We don't know what we really truly desire from this point forward. So we're going to have to figure that out. All right? And now we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link in the corner. There's one down below. New readings for Cancer, Tuesdays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free. Doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.